Impact. 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 In fact, my hustle is intact. In fact, my hustle is intact. In fact, my hustle is intact. My muscle tough as the hustle, the numbers is just that. And I'ma keep winning and sit back. I love the feeling of killing them with that. Attacking the process, tackling topics, master synopsis. This the residual impact, yeah.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your man, Brandon Gio.
And your boy, Jamichael Moore. And we are the Residual Impact Podcast.
Here we inspire others to find the greatness within themselves
and apply it to their communities.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful, beautiful, man. I love it.
Yo, episode 6.
Episode 6.
We made it.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you, man.
We are here.
We here.
Who would have thought it?
Come on. We started. That's it. We just started.
Like for real. You know the saying, you don't gotta be great to start, but you gotta start to be great.
Yes, Lord.
Y'all need to live by that for real, for real. Just, if there's something that you wanted to start,
yes,
don't put it off. Don't hesitate. Just do it.
Yes.
Start it. Get it started because you'll figure it out along the way.
Man, that's the truth. That's the truth. But that's the hard part, though.
It is the hard part.
Is believing that you'll, figure it out along the way, though.
Yeah. Do you actually think that part is harder than starting, though? Because so many people procrastinate starting.
Question. I think starting is just the hardest part. I do think just literally putting one foot forward is the hardest part. Because you got to get out your own way mentally sometimes. But because I think once you're actually doing it, it's kind of like, man, I done started now. It's no going back. Like, let me just keep going forward.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned that. It's kind of like a story that somebody told me about her first time skydiving.
Ooh.
She always wanted to go skydiving, but she went with the dude that she was dating. And, once the plane got into the air, she was kind of like scared. She didn't want to do it.
I bet.
The hardest part was stepping out of the plane to jump. And of course, the first time skydiving, you have somebody attached to your back. So,
right.
What happened was he jumped out of the plane and he made them go. But she said once they were free falling, she was like, yo, it was one of the most beautiful things she had ever witnessed. Just, it's peaceful. You get to see the world.
Yeah.
You get to realize how small the world looks while you're up in the sky.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The way she described it was beautiful. And once she finally got down to the ground, she was like, yo, I wanted to do it again.
Lord.
But the hardest part, she said, was stepping out of the plane, like putting her feet out of the plane and actually jumping.
Yeah. Because I guess it's like right before then, you're thinking about everything going on or what could possibly go wrong.
Yeah.
And think about it. That's exactly what we do when it comes to business.
Instead of thinking of what could go right.
Ooh, not bars.
You know what? It's crazy because everybody says bars, man. I think we should change it up.
What we going to change it to be?
I like keys.
Keys? Okay. Not major key, right? We keeping it at just straight keys.
Straight keys.
Okay. Keys.
All
right, we're gonna start the new lingo.
Let's do it.
That was a key right there.
That's a key.
Ooh, we gonna have to have like a little key jingle when it.
I don't know about all of that.
Come on, man. Something gotta be given. That was a key right there. And I like that though. That's hard.
How was your week though, man?
The week was good. Filled with some ups, some downs. But overall, it truly was a great week. The biggest thing was I decided to stop a particular business. Well, I decided to transition. Let's just say transition from one business to focus more on the podcast. For those you don't know, I do technically still own a landscaping business. And this week, when I decided I wasn't going to do it anymore, I took a step back and just looked at how far I've came. And it was like one of those things how you just talked about, the hardest thing was to start. And when I started, we was at zero. I was at 0 customers, 0 products, 0 everything. And looking back on it now, I have over 20 different properties I manage. I have commercial buildings that I'm over.
Wow.
I've gotten offered contracts to do like townhome neighborhoods and different things that have ranged from $1,000 to $25,000.
Yeah, let me hold something though.
Man, I declined the offers though. But it was cool because it was just when I started off with one piece of equipment and I just went and took a leap at it, everything built on each other, and it was just like, whoa, I can actually do this.
Right.
And like you said, it comes as you go, and,
Yeah.
and that's the biggest thing. And look at me now, I'm putting it to the side now, but it was just dope, man, to even get to this point.
Hey, you're putting the bookmark on this chapter.
Not for real.
It's not like you're completely closing it. You know, you could always go back to it.
Yeah, that's what I thought about as well. Yeah, man, it's dope. So
We got to get the message out to the people.
we got to, brother.
More importantly than the funds, you know, I was thinking that like we have to be a lot more united as a people. You feel me?
What you mean?
There was a post that I saw on Instagram that said if black people work together like they do during the electric slide, we would be unstoppable.
Hey, not the electric slide though. That's the jam though.
It is the jam, but it makes you think. All the times we do the electric slide, we're all in unison
You're right.
and we know the moves. We know the electric slide.
Yeah.
We know what it is that we're doing. We know what comes next. We know the current steps that we're taking to do the electric slide.
Yes, sir.
So just imagine, we all move the same way, just as a people, you know, the same way we do when we do these line dances, electric slide, cha-cha slide, the wobble. You know what I'm saying? Like every single family reunion you go to, even though we probably haven't been to a family reunion in a while because of, you know, what's been going on in the world, C-19, you know what I'm saying? But every time you go to a family reunion or a wedding, you're most likely going to see everybody doing the cha-cha slide, the electric slide, or the wobble, especially if you go to a black function.
Wobble, man, you wobble. Yeah,
Right.
We're not gonna hit that here. Sorry. My bad.
But I mean, just like we're all in unison, we're all on one accord. We know the assignment when those songs start playing.
Of course.
We really need to know the assignment when it comes to everything else. Imagine how unstoppable we would truly be if we pulled all of our resources together. If we first did everything that we needed to do to obtain as many resources as we could. Money, land, properties, licenses, buildings, all of that.
Yeah.
If we pulled all of our resources together to get these things, started truly building our own communities,
Yeah.
building our own warehouses and factories, manufacturing our own products
Yeah.
and services, who gonna touch us?
Ooh, that's a great question. I mean, but it's starting. You know, those people got to be passionate about starting them or seeing the vision of it. You know, when you dancing, when you doing the wobble, when the wobble come on, you know the vision is like, yo, we about to hit that, yeah, you know. So you know what's next. I
Yeah.
guess when starting a business or those things, we don't always necessarily know or believe what could be next, and maybe that's what stops us. But I agree with you wholeheartedly on that one, B. We need that. We really do.
All I think it takes is just for the right amount of people to go out there and let's teach. Let's go out there and let's show.
You're right.
Let's turn on the microphones. Let's turn on the cameras and go out there and talk to those who might have the same ideas,
You're right.
might have the same thoughts. And they're just like, you know what? How can we pull this off? Well, ladies and gentlemen, if y'all are listening, this is exactly how we're going to pull it off.
Yes, sir.
We need to be unified. We need to get together.
Yes, sir.
Of course, there's power in numbers, right? Mm-hmm. We have to make sure that we are on a unified front. No more crabs in a barrel mentality.
For real. Real talk.
And I'm not saying that all of us have that crabs in a barrel mentality, but there are a good amount of us who do. And you know just as well as I do, and all of y'all who are listening and watching us know just as well as I do, that there are people that you might even know who share that mentality. And it has to stop.
Come on now. There's enough room for all of us to eat. There's enough
Facts.
room for all of us to grow, to have more than enough. So I think that's where it starts. You got to believe that and stop thinking that, oh, man, since he's succeeding, he's taking all the good stuff, man.
Yeah.
What? No, man. Come on now. There's
There's
plenty
enough for all of us,
It's
man.
plenty. It's plenty. Like, man. But how was your week, though, B?
My week was better this week. Still kind of getting over the news about my friend from last week. I got an update as far as what was going on in her investigation. For those of y'all who don't know what happened, I don't know if I really can say it due to a lot of the platforms that we're on, but my friend's passing was no accident, just put it that way. So there's an investigation going on, and it turns out that her boyfriend was a person of interest because it is believed that he's the one who took her life. And he was arrested in the hospital because he wrecked his car and was in a coma. And as soon as he woke up, the cops put the cuffs on him. So, you know, we're just, well, I can't really say we, but I'm waiting to find out what's going on with his court date. And definitely if it's public, if it's open to the public, if I can go, I want to be there.
Right.
I want to hear what it is that he has to say. I want to hear why he did what he did to my friend.
That's real.
And I want to see if dude even has any sort of remorse at all. But it's good to know that he's in police custody. And, you know, I just pray that my friend's family can get justice
Real talk.
for her.
Real talk. I agree with you on that one, man. Seriously. I hope everything truly works out.
Me too.
Man. Especially for like just some, maybe even some closure.
Yeah.
You know, that's needed for that.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Well, other than that, I mean, was your week okay?
Yeah, the week was cool, man. Just, you know, work. And of course, like I say, every day above ground is a good day. So I'm thankful every single day that I wake up. And, you know, I'm thankful to have a job and be able to make some income to not only pay my bills, but turn right back around and invest it into something such as this, because we will have some new equipment on the way. Ooh. And I can't wait till that happens so that we can definitely up the production quality of this podcast and, you know, be able to bring you guys content more effortlessly. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited.
You said something key. You said investing. So it's like, what are we doing with the resources that we have? Are we investing back into certain things so that it will grow and that we can make more of it? So
of course,
I think that's something, a concept that, you know, I don't know if we talked about it. We probably have touched on it, but just investing, whether it be your time, you know, the money that you do have, or whatever it is, like, are you investing it wisely so that it can come back to you in a greater form? Because I think that's what helps this grow.
Of course.
We invest our time, we invest money into it, and I think that's why you see us continuing to produce.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's not like it's a job to us, man. It's definitely fun.
Yes.
You know, this is something we both enjoy doing.
Yes.
And eventually it's going to get to the point where the scenery is going to change because we will no longer be recording here. We'll have our own studio, and I can't wait to get to that point.
It's coming.
It's coming.
It is coming.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna be here, and y'all gonna remember these words because we're gonna show y'all the journey.
Y'all gonna see it firsthand, especially if you've been watching us since episode 1. Matter of fact, especially if you've been watching and listening to us since we did our first welcome video.
Nah, for real.
The first bloopers video, before we even had any sort of content up. When we first launched our Instagram, it had 0 followers.
Nah, for real.
You understand?
Like, shout out to every single person who is subscribed, every single person that follows us, every single person that has listened to us, whether it be on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Pocket Casts. I don't know. Shout out all our Pocket Casts listeners.
Google Podcasts.
Whatever it is, yo, we really do appreciate y'all. Like, thank y'all. Like,
most definitely. We thank you from the bottom of our heart.
For real, man.
Like, it really means a lot to us, man. And even in some of the analytics, yo, I found out that we got listeners in Germany.
Shout out to all our German listeners.
Germany.
Yo.
I didn't even think about that when we launched. Like, I didn't think we would be global.
Come on now. Think about that, B. Come on. We got to take a second to pause. Germany.
I don't know anybody in Germany.
Neither do I. Well, apparently I might have a cousin in Germany, but I don't like I'm not in contact with them or anything. So I don't know if you my cousin watching, shout out to you. But dude, that's dope, man.
It is.
Come on now.
It
like
is.
I think this is important to celebrate the small wins.
Yes.
Because this is what's gonna keep you going. That's major.
That's crazy.
That's major. That's a key, ladies and
That's
gentlemen.
a definite key, man.
Celebrate the small wins. Shout out to all our German fans.
Real talk. Even if it is 1 or 2 people.
For real.
Hey, we can say we're international.
Nah, for real though.
Like, for real.
We really can. That's dope.
It is.
Well, speaking of international, we got 2 big stars. You know, one of them, which is J. Cole. He was in Miami this past weekend.
Shout out to J. Cole.
Shout out to J. Cole. Dropped the incredible song, Heaven's EP. And apparently he had a concert, and he decided to bring out Drake. And you always know, it's always like a competing thing. You know, they always saying who's top. But in J. Cole's, one of his new songs, he kind of talks about himself being like considered to be third place, like bronze. And after Drake's performance, Drake took the time out to really congratulate him and let him know, like, yo, like, you are one of the dopest, best rappers that have ever touched a mic. And it was just a cool moment to really see Drake, who's considered to be, you know, creme de la creme. They
yeah,
actually,
man, he was trending a couple of days ago
comparing his
to
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Like, let's pump our brakes, ladies and gentlemen. Pump our brakes. Michael Jackson.
Yo.
Let's be real now. You don't think he's near Michael Jackson, do you?
I don't think he is. No, I think what people were trying to say was he's kind of considered like the Michael Jackson of this generation.
Okay, I can see that.
But still, trending online and being compared to Michael Jackson, being juxtaposed to Michael Jackson and his work.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, Michael Jackson was like the greatest entertainer of all time. Nobody did it like him.
Right.
Like, he sold physical copies, millions of physical. Like, you had to go out and buy that thing.
Yeah.
Versus now, you know, it's through a streaming service, so you can just click from a button.
Yeah.
These people were going out and buying those CDs and, well, not even CDs,
Records.
albums.
Yeah. Albums.
That's crazy.
Albums, 8-tracks, cassettes.
Wow. Look at that.
Yep.
Yeah, Michael Jackson was on a whole nother different level. But I guess I can see now, you know, the younger generation comparing him. Because he has been on top for a long time.
He has.
And
he's a major threat, like, as far as, you know, his talents go.
Yes.
He's definitely a triple threat.
Most definitely.
Rapping, singing, acting, you know.
Yeah.
So he's talented. Like, nobody can say that he's not talented.
Not for real.
And anything that he puts out does numbers.
It is. Like, what was it? Tootsie Slide that came out when it was like the whole pandemic thing.
Yeah.
It was like, you can tell he wasn't even serious with that. But that was something so little to him, and it just did numbers. Like, it just went crazy.
It charted.
Come
that
on
song
now.
Charted.
Come on now.
I forgot that song existed.
Bro, look at that. Like, I guarantee you that was just something in his files. He was like, yo, let's put this out real quick. Let me just throw that out there real
And
quick.
people were doing the dance on TikTok.
Come on now. They went crazy over it. And, like, they blow it up on his own. Like, they make it blow up. So
Yeah.
that shows you, man, that he is one of the greats. You gotta put some respect on his name.
Definitely, man.
So, yeah, congratulations, Drake, but also congratulations to J. Cole, because I do think J. Cole also is one of the greatest rappers out right now. Conscious rappers.
Yeah, shout out to both of them brothers, man.
Nah, for real. They're really doing their thing. But, yeah, so I also want to get into, well, before I actually get into this, I thought about something today, B.
What's good?
So, like I told you, I'm starting to transition, but as I'm transitioning from my landscaping phase, I was landscaping this week. And as I was doing it, right, I was kind of in this place where I'm like, yo, I'm ready to kind of get this over with. You know, I'm ready to move on to what's next. But then I had a little sit down, man. Guy was like, yo, why are you always in a rush to get on to the next thing? And he had me think about life as a movie, right? He was like, if you was watching a movie, right, you wouldn't try to rush to get to just see the next scene. No, you want to see how the whole scene plays out. You want to see every detail, everything that's going to happen so that you'll know what's going on for the next scene.
Right.
And as I was, you know, doing my thing with the landscaping, I just had a thought to myself, like, I'm always kind of just like rushing to get something over with. And he just made me think about embracing the moment, like taking in each moment, like entirety, and not being in such a rush to get to the next scene of life. And, you know, and that to me really touched me this week. And it made me like really just stop to appreciate everything that I had going on, because, dude, I had like customers, like it was a guy today, and his lawnmower broke, and we just so happened to be out in his area, and we were able to help him finish his yard.
Nice.
And that was like, it was something small, but it was like, yo, you're making an impact on these people's lives, and you're trying to rush to get to the next thing. So
You're making a what on people's lives?
You're making an impact. Oh shoot, not a key. Chick, chick, chick. Yo, I'm gonna make my own sound, B, if you can go put it in there.
Yo, I can see it now. When we get a soundboard, you definitely want to.
Yo, I'm gonna be hitting that joint, yo. Key. But nah, for real, like, yo, it's like you making a key impact on somebody's lives, and it could be something so small and minute, but
right, it's
big, man. So I just thought about that this week, man.
Hey, big ups to you, man. Like you like a good neighbor in that situation.
I ain't gonna say his name. I ain't gonna get no free promotion, but y'all already know he was thinking.
You already know where I was going with that one. You know what I'm saying? His lawnmower broke. He was in trouble. He pretty much hit you up, and you was right there like that.
Nah, for real though. Like, it was perfect timing. So that was cool.
Yeah, man.
Nah, shout out to that man though. But in other news, we're actually gonna get into our answers of the week from our previous question of the week. So we got two. We still have some answers pouring in from the question of the week that we had. I believe it was in episode 4.
4.
Yep. So which the question of the week was, Is it more important to believe or to know? And some of the answers that we got were very interesting. And I asked a couple of these people, is it okay for me to share some of the answers? So from our Snapchat, is it Drea It's Drea Simone. I apologize. She said, very good question. And it really had me thinking. I would say it's more important for me to know. She said, your mind can make you believe the sky is purple, even though we know it's blue. But when you know something, there's no doubt about it that there's no second guessing, no confusion on the situation or thought. Because if you know, you know.
Wow.
Very interesting.
That's all I have to say. Wow.
Thank you, Drea Simone, for that one. So another answer we got was from our Snapchat as well. It's from Feeks. They said, I feel like too much knowledge can be very dangerous. So they feel like it's more important for them to believe. What do you think about that one, B?
Too much knowledge can be dangerous. However, like the saying goes, knowledge is power. Even though that can get misconstrued because knowledge isn't necessarily power. You can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't apply it, it's useless. So, in all actuality, applied knowledge is power.
Ooh.
But if you have too much knowledge, could it be detrimental? I don't know.
I guess it depends on what knowledge you get.
Yeah.
Makes you think.
It makes you think.
It does make you think. Yeah. Well, another one we got from YRN Quan Williams. He said, no matter what the situation is, you always need to believe you can do it. He said, when you believe it can be done and know it can, it will happen and it will be done. So he's more on the side of belief.
And you know what? It's crazy because that was the thing that I said in the last episode. Like, I was more so on the side of belief because where your focus goes, your energy flows.
Yeah.
Keep going back to the Ferraris, which we will have one day.
They coming.
And you already know when we get it, y'all going to see the whole experience. So we keep focusing on that specific vehicle that we want.
Yeah.
Or those specific vehicles that we want, because you know we want more than one. You know we want more than one.
Yes, sir.
But when it gets to that point, it's like the journey to get there is going to be one that's intentional.
Yeah.
Because we had the idea in our head that these were the cars that we wanted.
Yeah.
And then we pretty much wrote the goal down.
Yes.
Right? Like the Bible says, write the vision, make it plain, so whoever sees it shall run.
Come on now.
I live by that.
I feel you.
My boy Will. I know you're listening. I know you're watching. Shout out to Will.
Shout out to Will.
We live by that quote. Whatever it is, you got to write it down. You got to be able to see it every day. My iPad wallpaper is still that Ferrari. I see it every day.
Nah, it's real.
I made it plain, so I keep looking at that picture. And no matter what it is that I do, I'm running towards that car.
That made me think about something. Actually, this week, I was thinking about that same thing about having something written down and how important that is, that you also look at it day and night, because it was something, like I have just started writing down like goals for like 10 years, 15, 25 years out, right? But as I was out, I couldn't remember what I was thinking, like what was going to be 25 years out. But I'm like, shoot, if I had read it this morning, it would have been on my mind so that things are happening for me and I'm remembering it, I'm saying it out loud, and it's going on for me now. So it's really important that you, like you said, to read it day and night, have it in front of you, because, hey, your beliefs are bringing stuff to you.
Most definitely.
I'm just saying. I'm going to throw that out.
Yo, we got to get that soundboard, man. We need that soundboard.
Yeah, I'm telling you. All right, so I got another response. I think this is the last one from the previous question. It was from Ronaldo. Shout out to Ronaldo.
Shout out to Ronaldo.
Ronaldo is a fellow mentor. Man, I'm proud of you for what you're doing, too. So I just wanted to throw that out there. But Ronaldo said, I think with belief, you can achieve things that have never been done or known, quotations, to happen before. It's a stronger push, in my opinion, more about the journey, believing, in quotations, than the destination, about knowing.
And Ronaldo brings up a great point.
What do you say?
Remember in a previous episode where we discussed the Wright Brothers? Nobody knew about airplanes.
Yeah.
But the Wright Brothers believed that they can build a craft to make man fly.
Yeah.
And they did it. They believed it and they achieved it. Everybody laughed at them because they knew something like that didn't exist. Yet. But the Wright Brothers believed it in their mind and they brought it to reality and built the plane.
Bro, you know you had me looking up at some planes today too. I ain't even gonna hold you about that. I'm looking up in the sky. I'm like, yo, there's some planes really up there flying. Like they were high. I'm I'm like, yo, this happened because one man believed that, yo, we can get up there, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. So I believe I can fly.
Yeah, we're not touching that.
You right. You right.
He whose name we shall not speak of. We're not touching that
Hey,
one.
man, I was just thinking of Space Jam, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, you can think of Space Jam all you want, but when you think about it, you know who wrote that song.
You right.
And
Well,
sang the song.
Okay, all right. Well, in other news. All right, going on to our rest of our answers for the week. Now, this one is for the question that we asked for episode
5.
Episode 5, which the question was, what does success look like for you? And some of the answers that we got were from Call Me Tony. He said, living at peace with your life and the people that are surrounding you. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
I'm a person of peace. I love peace. When I feel like I'm not at peace internally or externally, like my life just does not feel the same. So I can most definitely agree with that one.
I understand.
Yeah. I can't see the whole name on this one, but it does says Victoria.
Shout out to Victoria.
Yeah.
I know you listen to the podcast, so
Yeah.
shout out to you.
Shout out to Victoria. Thank you. She said, no longer trading time for money and being able to bless those that are around her financially. Ooh, I like that one. Man, I think that's a big one for all of us, wanting to be able to bless those like people with the abundance that you have.
And Victoria's very entrepreneurial minded. She has her own business.
Oh, shout out to you.
And out in Dallas, Texas. So yeah, definitely, Victoria, we got to get you on the show one day.
For real.
Most definitely, we got to get you on the show. So shout out to you.
Shout out to Texas. I kind of want to go to Texas myself.
I haven't been to Texas since last September.
How was it?
I went to Houston. It was great. I like it.
I want to experience Texas.
Except for when I lost my Apple Watch in the Gulf of Mexico.
Ooh. Tragic.
And I had to buy a new one when I came back.
Tragic.
Yeah, that was a few $100s I was not ready to spend, but I did it anyway.
Hey, what if somebody right now, they rocking your watch? Like, yo, they like, yo, I got me a watch. And they like restore it or something.
Shout out to them. They deserve it. I just know that I was at the beach and I didn't have the right wristband on and it fell off.
Oh, man.
So,
man.
Yep, never make that same mistake.
Never. I guess you learned from that one.
I definitely learned from that one. That was a few $100 mistake and I will never make it again.
Yikes. I'm sorry, B. Sorry for your loss.
It's all good. It's material.
It is.
You know?
It can be replaced.
Can be replaced.
And
it
I
has.
actually
Replaced it.
It has.
You feel me? You know, bigger and better things.
All right, another answer that we got was from the Roll Up.
Shout out to the Roll Up podcast, man. If y'all definitely haven't heard about the Roll Up podcast, yo, he's a very inspirational brother out of Florida. His podcast is definitely pretty dope. Just found out about him a couple of days ago, and I've been listening. Like, I've been binging that podcast, so shout out to him.
That's dope, man. Shout out.
Lit.
Most definitely. I'm from Florida, so shout out to, man, if you're in Florida, for real. He said, success to me is my wife and kids having a good life with no stress on bills. Amen, my brother. Amen on that one. I don't have the kids yet, but I most definitely have the wife, and she, like, look, man, when they tell you them bills, especially, like, when, like, your wife is, like, handling, like, the financial stuff, trust me, she'll be on you. Like, with having that out the way, dude, not even have to worry about that. Just, y'all go do your thing, yo. That'll be, that's a blessing.
Well, I'm glad I'm not there yet. Let's just say that. For now. I'm glad I'm not there yet.
For now. Big, yeah, for real. And the last one that we do have, it was from Thank You for Building With Us. This is from my boy Ed. Man, shout out to Ed. Ed.
What's good, Ed? Shout out to you.
Yeah, Ed said he actually wants to be a future guest on the show.
Let's make it happen.
We most definitely going to have Ed on the show. Ed wants to talk about some good stuff, so we most definitely going to have Ed on the show one day. He's a fellow entrepreneur as well. Ed be on the stuff too. Like, Ed is one person who really inspired me as far as to get on my entrepreneurial game. So, like, he really is, like, he be doing his thing, man.
That's what's up.
Nah, for real. But Ed said what success looks like for him is owing no man nothing but love. Wow. That's good.
That is.
When you don't owe nothing, I don't owe you nothing, brother. You can't say I owe you nothing. I just owe you love.
You can't repo my car.
You can't take nothing.
You can't take my house.
Nothing.
You can't take the clothes off my back.
Come on now.
The food out my fridge.
Come on now.
Yeah, I don't owe you nothing.
I just owe you peace and blessings, my friend. Send you on your way. That's it.
Yo, that's crazy.
Nah, that was a good one, man. Shout out to everybody that answered for this week. We really do appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. So if you want to, be featured on the episode and for an answer, we'll put the questions out every week and just hit us back.
Yeah, and we definitely got a good one today, but we'll get to that at the end of the show.
Yes, sir. Speaking of show, B, what are we talking about today?
Today, we are discussing social media.
Uh-oh.
And as y'all can tell by the title, social media or social distancing. Is it really one and the same? Have we really been social distancing before we even knew what social distancing was?
Ooh, not key. Hold on now, B. Hold on now, B. That's cold. That's a key right there, B.
That is the key.
So I guess you could say, in this new social media world that we're living in, it's some good stuff and there's some bad stuff to it.
True.
But would you say the good outweighs the bad or the bad outweighs the good?
That's a tough question. And I only say that because it depends on what you're using social media for. Like me personally, I've had social media since... I don't even know if y'all remember this site, but Zanga. It was like a blog site before blogspot.com ever came out. It was called Zanga. And I remember I had that back in high school. And it was a way for me to connect with friends and write like little journal entries and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I don't even think it exists anymore. But
I never heard of that before.
Yeah.
Wow.
I had that first. And then after Zanga, it was MySpace.
Shout out to all our MySpace. Top 5.
And then it was crazy because like with MySpace, especially all of y'all who grew up in our generation, y'all know if people weren't in your top 8.
Oh yeah, that was a big thing.
They wanted to fight you.
Yo, I'm telling you.
Like, yo, I ain't in your top 8.
What you mean?
Bump that. If you weren't in if they were in your like top 2, top 1 or top 2, they would want to cuss you out.
That just makes me think of how like these different social platforms have been like almost not, I don't want to say competing, making us compete, but it's just almost like it's been a ranking thing since then. Because think about how important that was. Like if you knew you, like you said, top 3, top 5, because you remember you at one point you could adjust them, like you could make it small.
Right.
And if you weren't really in there, like you did feel some kind of way. Like, yo, what you mean? I'm not in your top 5. You literally go to somebody's page just so you could see, like, yo, who's in their top 5? Or if I'm there, like, let me just go look to make sure I'm still there in their top 5. That's kind of,
And I know, like, when influencers started to become a thing, some people who I know had a lot of friends on MySpace, they would actually have, like, little contests to rotate their top friends.
Yo, I remember that.
Like, they would have contests to rotate their top friends. Like, who's going to be on my top friends list this week?
Come on.
Who's going to do this to be on my top friends list for a month?
Come on now.
And it was all based on popularity.
That's it.
But I remember at one point, MySpace went from, like, having a top 8 to a top 16.
Yeah.
Because it got so bad.
Yeah.
So many people wanted to be on that, the top friends list spot.
Yeah.
So...
And that just makes me think of like, okay, all right, so I asked you a question. I'm like, yo, has it done more good or has it done more bad? And that, to me, I would put that in the bad.
Right. I was saying all of that to say, and thank you for bringing me back to what I was initially trying to say. Mm-hmm. It's really done both. Social media has done good and social media has done bad. Mm-hmm. And it's made people do good and it's made people do bad. It really just depends on what you're using social media for. For example, even after MySpace, what did we have? Facebook. Yeah.
Yep.
And now Facebook is mostly for family.
Yeah.
Old friends.
Yep.
Stuff like that. But we're more so on Instagram more than anything.
Yep.
I was on Twitter a lot in college, but I use Instagram more than anything now. Yeah. And even with that, I try not to use social media that much. I mainly use it for business. Yeah. And I mainly use it to promote certain things because, I have more than 10,000 followers. So once you hit that 10,000 follower mark, you can start sharing links, like website links in your IG story.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not there yet, y'all, so I don't know about that life.
You'll get there. Yeah, I know you will.
One day,
you'll get there.
Hey, y'all run me up some followers, man, please.
You'll definitely get there. Yeah, but when you get to that 10K mark, you can start throwing up links in your IG story. So a lot of our podcast episodes, a lot of our YouTube videos, a lot of our TikToks, I'm always throwing links so people can just click the link and just go.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
But I think that's also okay. So, like you said, it's good and there's some bad in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I guess let's focus on maybe the cons first. Let's look at the cons.
Okay.
All right.
What are some of the cons?
I think at least one of them is that social media, it doesn't show the full picture of life sometimes. We love to look at these pictures and they are fully filtered. They have got you at your best angles.
Oh man, not the angles.
Come on now. I mean, it shows your business running and thriving. It shows everything good, but then it doesn't really show the bad part or what it took to get there, or sometimes even real life. Some stuff is really fabricated that people put up. Like I seen a picture of a young lady and her feet were holding the phone up. And she was in this position where like her feet was able to take a picture of her, and she was like basically pretending as if somebody else, like her boyfriend, was posting a picture, and she was like, I hate off guard pictures, but she didn't realize that the mirror was kind of showing her doing that.
I was just about to say, how did you know it was her feet?
Bro, exactly. She had the mirror right there, and it was showing that she was taking it with her feet. And it's just like, to me, it's like we're posting up these fake personas and fake things to get likes, people in our top fives, recognition. And to me, that is one of the cons that I've seen.
Yo, it's all about perception. Just to get people to think that you're doing something that you might not necessarily be doing. Like you said, it only tells highlights. It only tells a minor detail of what's actually going on.
Yeah.
We talk about our Ferraris all day that we don't have yet. However, what if we decided to start standing in front of other people's Ferraris that we see all over Atlanta and started taking pictures like, yo, we Ferrari shopping.
Come on now.
And stuff like that. Like, if nobody really knew who we were or what we were doing yet, and like how we have not gotten to our goal of being able to get these Ferraris yet,
right?
People who don't know us might think, yo, those are some nice cars they got.
Yeah. But then it frustrates me because sometimes that works for you because
it does.
That'll get you a following because people think that you may have those things, and then that following could grow you to a point of, I don't know, getting good in business, and then you end up having enough to buy it.
Yeah.
What the heck? What do you do about that, B? Like,
I don't know, man. There's good and bad to social media. Just like you said, man, there's cons. You mentioned one con, but on the other hand, I'll talk about a pro. Like, for example, I personally use social media for business. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I like to post certain trips and stuff that I take whenever I do take a trip. Mm-hmm. But I think the last time I posted something on Instagram was a week or so ago, and that was just to have something new on the timeline, right? Mm-hmm. I post on my IG story more than anything, and what I post on IG stories is mostly stuff from the podcast clips that we upload.
All right.
So like I'll repost it, I'll tag you in it, I'll tag the podcast Instagram in it. Like I said, I'll throw links up so that people can click the link to go watch the full video.
All right.
Or maybe travel over to our TikTok and, have them check us out over there. So that's pretty much all I use it for. Like, if we weren't really doing this, or I wasn't trying to, venture off into entrepreneurship, and I was just living like a normal everyday life with my 9 to 5 and not really doing anything else, I probably would not be on Instagram like that. Because I don't know, man. I think it has to do with mindset.
Interesting. Expand on that.
So many people, like we touched on last week, so many people, when they wake up, the first thing they do is grab their phone, go to social media. I learned it was, I guess you can call it the scroll hole, right? Like you're just constantly scrolling. You see a picture, you may double tap.
Yeah.
You may save it. You may share it to your story, right? You're just constantly scrolling. Oh, this is what this person's doing. This is what that person's doing. Oh, that's a nice picture. Oh, that's a nice food recipe. That's a nice dinner plate. Whatever, Oh, wow, this person went out last night. That's a nice dress. Those are some fire shoes. Like whatever. You're just constantly scrolling to look into other people's lives. And next thing you know, you woke up 2 hours ago. You hadn't gotten up, brushed your teeth, gone to the bathroom because you've been sitting there the whole time on Instagram.
Bruh, that's true. And it's like we don't even think about it, too. I read something a while ago, And it was basically saying that motion alone, this motion of just scrolling, it does something with like the connection to our brain. And it's a reason why it's so almost addicting, or just we don't think about how we do this motion so effortlessly.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, it's a lot with your phone. This is just one stroke motion, and it can get you in a daze. And man, we've all been there. Trust me. Like you don't even realize, time has passed by. You be like, I don't even want to put this phone down. Like, I don't even want to do this. Like, that's very interesting.
That's why I try not to be on social media like that, unless it's something involving our podcast or anything else that I have going on business wise. Because if it's not benefiting me, I don't really care for it. I can call somebody and see what they're up to in life. I could text somebody. I don't necessarily have to go on Instagram just to see what they're up to. I don't really like all of y'all anyway. I'm just kidding. But no, like some people probably do actually think that. It's like, I follow you from a lurker page. Like so many people have pages just to lurk and watch what other people are doing. And
lurker page? I never heard of this, B.
Boy, like, okay, let's say you got beef with somebody. Just hypothetically. I'm sure you don't have beef with anybody, but let's just say you had beef with somebody and you wanted to kind of stalk them to see what they were doing so you can continue to hate on them and stuff like that. People create fake pages and they'll do just that. They'll look at people's pages that they may not like, especially if the page is public. It's not private. They can just get in there, comment whatever it is that they want. They can create as many burner pages as they want to, and just comment, leave random comments and go into a lot of other people's posts that may have a whole bunch of comments and just comment random stuff, just so it's not really attached to them. Like their name, their face ain't even attached to it. They don't have a picture on their profile, on their profile, so nobody really knows who it is. They can be kind of anonymous that way.
Wow.
So, people do that.
That's pretty lame.
It's very lame. But people do that, and it's crazy. Wow. It's really, really crazy. So, like, you just never know. Like, some people can use social media for real malicious things. Yeah. Especially maybe, like, to send threats to somebody from one of those fake pages. It happens a lot.
Yeah, I believe that. Oh, that's whack. But I guess that brings me to my another con. Well, we kind of touched on it. It can be a big time waster. Huge time waster. And we don't think about it like that, but that is the key goal of these platforms. The platform wants to, the more they have your attention, the more money they make.
Oh, man. That's the key.
That's what they want. They want your attention. So if they can keep it, hey, you making them bread. So watch out for those scroll holes.
There's a reason why these platforms are all free.
Ooh.
And that brings me to another point.
What is it, B?
Advertisements.
Oh.
Cookies.
Cookies, not the ones you eat.
Not the ones you eat, but internet cookies. And sometimes you even go to a website now and it'll say like a little cookies disclaimer that you have to accept or deny. And if you deny it, chances are you won't be able to browse on that website. So you got to accept it. And what cookies are in terms of internet, first let me put it to you this way. Have you ever looked at your phone and you were on Instagram one day and all of a sudden you're like, man, this ad just popped up out of nowhere because maybe I was looking at some product a few days ago on my internet browser. Now all of a sudden I see it on Instagram. Like, what's going on? What are they trying to tell me? Well, that's what cookies are. Cookies are on your computer. They're on your phones. They're on your tablets. Whatever it is that you're looking up, like let's say I can be in Amazon looking up a certain product. All of a sudden I go to Facebook. There goes that product again. Facebook knows that I was looking at that product on Amazon and they want to push it out to me because if I make that purchase through that ad that I saw on Facebook, Facebook gets cut a check for it. That's another way that they make money off of us.
See what I'm saying?
For example,
what happened?
Those watches. You and I have been looking at watches.
They know we love watches, B. They know we want them watches.
And all of a sudden, every time we turn around now, even on the podcast Instagram page, they're showing us watch ads. All these affordable, luxurious looking watches keep popping up.
I'm saying.
And I just might buy one or two in a few weeks.
Come on now. But y'all can sponsor us if y'all would love to. We would love to.
Yeah, and we would greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. You can send us a couple as well. We'll wear them.
Oh, man. I'm not going to shout out the company's names, but hit us up.
Yeah.
You know, we know you're watching us. We know you're listening. We know that
Come on now.
that we see in these ads.
Come on now.
Right? So hit us up. Start sponsoring us. Send us a few watches. You know, we'll try them on. We'll test them out. We'll flash them in the camera.
It can be all so simple.
All so simple. Hit us up.
Oh, that's dope.
That's coming too. Them sponsorships are going to be around the corner.
Oh, yes, sir.
Which is another pro of social media.
Ooh.
So many people out here are making money off of sponsorships.
Yes.
Because like we mentioned before, certain people have learned to monetize their following.
Ooh, yes. That's a good one.
And a key example is that young lady whose video I sent you on YouTube.
Yeah.
How social media was able to buy her a Mercedes-Benz. When she initially made a video explaining of how she grew her social media following, I think her YouTube account was at like 39,000 subscribers. Mm-hmm. Now, when I looked at her YouTube account yesterday, she was sitting at like 74,000. Mm-hmm. She just bought a 2018 Benz truck.
Come on now. All from social media.
All from social media.
It's dope.
She dropped out of school. She quit her jobs. And she said that, you know, the money that she made off of social media was more than all the jobs that she's ever had combined.
Ooh, that makes me think of another. You ever heard of Country Wayne?
Yes.
He is somebody who he's learned the power of social media, and he said actually he got famous from skits that he would make, and he said he got to a point where Facebook actually reached out to him and they offered him a check. They said, "Yo, we want you to keep making these videos." And are you ready to hear the number they offered him, B? Come on now, B. You ready for this one?
Okay.
Drum roll.
What number do they offer him?
He says they offer him $300,000 a month to get paid from making videos.
How much?
$300,000 a month to make these videos. So if you notice,
wow,
his skits are very regular, and it's because Facebook pays him, and he gets paid very handsomely to make these videos. So in that way, man, he has really learned to monetize, and he speaks about that. He was like, your following. He was like, you got to look at your following different. He was like, your following,
that's crazy,
and the content that you put, dude, that's important, because what are you posting? And that's another thing I wanted to harp on is like, what type of content are you putting out there? Because it's like, hey, are you going to use that for business purposes to help, maybe get you to a financially stable place, or are you just posting something just to post it?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, he said it too. He said it on the podcast. I can't remember the podcast name right now, but yeah, he said it on there. He was like, Facebook reached out to him, and he was like, yeah. So he gets paid to post so many videos a month, and they give him a check for it.
God.
Yeah, but granted, he has well over 1 million followers, and the videos that he posts out are really, really good.
They're very funny.
They are, like, and you can tell he puts time and effort into them. So it's not something that he just put out just for anything. But he was like, yeah, he was intentional about it. He really seen it.
That's crazy, bro. And one of the negatives that, it kind of touches with what you said about Country Wayne, but this is something that I can see as a negative aspect of social media. It takes away from creativity for certain people. Right. Now, you had people like Country Wayne.
Yeah.
You have people who became famous during the Vine days, right?
Yeah.
King Batch, The Storm.
Shout out to King Batch.
Melvin Gregg, Leanne V, who just got married a couple weekends ago. Congratulations, Leanne V and her new husband. You know what I'm saying? Those people came up during the Vine era. They got famous. They started making bread.
Yeah.
Started appearing in movies, TV shows, whatever.
Yeah.
Off of Vine. An app where you had 6-second videos.
Come on now.
They got famous that way, and they started appearing in other productions.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? So they had enough creativity to start making skits.
Yeah.
6-second skits on that app. And then, started moving to Instagram when Instagram started offering videos. Mm-hmm. And Instagram was able to make minute-long videos. And that's one of the reasons why Vine went under.
Yeah.
Because now all of these stars who got popular on Vine, instead of having to work hard to make a 6-second skit, they can do a full minute skit.
Come on now. Give you way more.
But that's the creativity. Like, these people had a bunch of creativity and they use it to their advantage.
Yeah.
Now, what about the people out there who are not like a King Batch or not like a Leanne V? Yeah. They're just on there just to post selfies.
Yeah.
They're on there to post their dinner plates. They're on there to post, what they're doing throughout the day. there could be some creativity to that. There might not be some creativity to that. They might just be posting just to post something.
Yeah.
And then what? Like, what is it that you're really putting out there?
Just to get the likes.
Just to get the likes. Ah, man. Like, that brings up another negative aspect. And I don't want to keep talking negativity. We're going to get into some pros, in a little bit. Yeah. But another con with social media, a lot of people will do anything for likes.
Tell me.
Anything.
The likes don't even mean nothing at the end of it.
No.
They don't mean nothing.
What was the famous phrase that everybody would shout out when a fight broke out a few years ago?
World Star?
Yeah. That site got so popular off of fights, off of negativity.
Yeah.
World Star would always post those type of ratchet posts. You remember that Sharkeisha video?
I remember the name.
Hold up. No! Sharkeisha, no! Don't kick her, Sharkeisha.
Oh, man.
I know she had her moments of fame.
Yeah, she did. World Star, they were like, I think one of the first to post it. And they got so many views off of that.
Come on.
To where that girl became famous. Like, so many people are putting out the wrong things on social media just for likes.
Yeah.
Just for views and likes. And it's like, how far is too far?
And it's like, it's one of those things where it's, like you said, it can go either way, because Country Wayne said something very interesting. He said your content is your currency. Mm-hmm. So if your content can make money for you, depending on what it is. And it's like, are you a consumer or are you a creator? And I think that's what makes me think about certain things. Like when you post stuff, you have certain people that just want to consume content. Mm-hmm. And then you have, for instance, right now, we're creating content.
True.
And you have to ask yourself, which side are you on? And I think for me, at one point, it's like, I remember when I was majority of the time just consuming content. I was just on social media just to be on it. Yeah. And then I realized, okay, hold on, I have something that I want to give to the world. So let me kind of get over to this creator side of. And I think it's something you have to realize, which side are you on too. That
is true. And that can lead into some of the pros there.
What's a pro?
Like being a creator for a lot of these social media sites, YouTube, Instagram, maybe even Facebook, because believe it or not, Facebook owns Instagram. Yeah. So, being a creator for these sites can make you a ton of money. Like you said in Country Wayne's situation.
Lord.
It can definitely be a great tool for your business.
Yes.
It can be something that you can use to advertise to everybody out there who's watching you, who could stumble across your videos, who just might be a friend of somebody who has seen your video and then shares it with them. Yeah. Like, how do these people gain traction? Yeah. Their videos are always reposted. Their videos are always shared. Yeah. And that's how people start to know them. Right. I didn't know who Country Wayne was for a while. And then all of a sudden, like, he started getting popular because people started sharing his videos, reposting his videos. Yep. And then I started watching them. I'm like, oh, this guy's hilarious.
Yeah. And I agree with you. And the same thing with me is like, when I first started to like realize I felt like I had something to give to the world, I was at my kitchen table one day and I said, I always have these thoughts. Let me just say them out loud. Because I used to be the one that just post a picture for likes. Mm-hmm. And I realized, I'm like, I want to do something more than this. Like, this isn't enough. And then as I started to do it, people would message me after so often, like, yo, what you said inspired me. Yo, you don't realize how timely something you just said. I was going through this and you made me come out of this. And it's just in that way I saw the benefit of social media. You really can make an impact on on people's lives from just, actually using it in a constructive way. So
that's a fact.
I did notice in that way, B. That's a good one.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a definite pro to social media, man. Yeah. So just keep doing your thing, man, because you are definitely inspirational.
Thank you.
I've learned quite a bit from your videos, man.
Thank you.
And you have just like 2 videos on your YouTube channel, maybe 3, and you have way more subscribers than I do on my YouTube channel, but it's okay. Even though I put out 22 videos over a year and I still don't have the same amount of subs that you do. But granted, your YouTube channel has been up longer than mine. I'm not salty.
And I deleted. I did delete a lot.
You did delete a lot of videos.
I deleted a lot.
I understand. But, yeah. But nah, man, like you're definitely very inspirational, and you are creative with, your words. Yeah. You're creative with how you formulate ideas and get them from your mind out to the public, and you're using it for a good reason. Instead of just getting likes, you're using it to, give something to somebody that they didn't even know that they needed.
Yeah. So I think with that being said, y'all, it's like, if you have something truly that which I believe we all have something that's internally inside of us that comes easier to us than it would be me or B. Like, it's something that you can do, that you can give out to the world, then do it in that way.
Right.
Like, have your Instagram, Facebook, whatever social media platform that you may be on, have it be more than just a picture of yourself. Let some people know what it is you do. Show them. Because I guarantee there's someone that right now that you can impact them in a special way that they're kind of like waiting on you for. I believe that there's somebody waiting on you to give them something that only you can give it in the way that you can give it.
True.
If that makes sense.
It definitely makes sense. And it's definitely true when it comes to people like us, content creators.
Yeah.
We're not just out here digesting content. We're giving out content to people. You know what I'm saying?
Not digesting, B. I like that. Key. That's a good one. I like that one, B.
So we're actually giving content out to the people, so that they can, watch it and listen to it. Like, I don't remember who DM'd us when I put up that TikTok or that Instagram reel of our previous episode where we talked about mental health. I put out a small snippet, and then I got a notification. Somebody was like, therapy? I definitely got to tap into this one.
Come on now.
I mean, it's just something as simple as that. Like, we never know who needs to hear what it is that we have to say when we have to say it. And as long as the videos are going to be up on Instagram servers, TikTok servers, YouTube servers, people are going to be able to go back and watch these videos over and over and over again whenever it is that they need to hear what it is that we have to say.
Yep. And that's the benefit. I think that shows like, okay, we're doing something in the right direction.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. And I'm grateful for social media in that aspect.
For real.
I really am.
Because it helps us reach a larger audience than just us walking outside and meeting a few people. We can reach out to people in Germany, and I ain't never been to Germany.
Facts.
That still blows my mind.
Not for real. You know what? This is one of the powerful things about social media that I'm not gonna lie, it kind of blows my mind. You ever been on Snapchat and it goes to the map, and you can click anywhere on the map in the world, and you can see a snap of somebody wherever they are in the world? That blows my mind. Like, I even went to Antarctica. I mean, it wasn't a lot out there, but it was one. Like, just the fact I can click on the map and a video of somebody out there, I can watch it.
Yeah.
I did think that was kind of cool. That just shows you how social media can like make the world, bring us closer in some way.
In some ways. But that brings me back to the title of this episode.
Yeah.
Does it truly bring us closer? Yes, it is a pro that it helps us stay connected with more people.
Yeah.
But in staying connected with multiple people around the world through our devices, are we really losing touch with the people closest to us proximity-wise? I might be able to FaceTime a friend of mine out in North Carolina, and then after I get off that FaceTime call, might be able to do like a Skype chat with somebody overseas, and then maybe from there, hop on Instagram live and do a duet with somebody over in Japan. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm reaching out to those people, but what about my family?
Yeah.
Who's here with me in Georgia?
Yeah.
What about my friends who are here with me in Georgia? Am I spending time with them? Am I really connecting with those around me?
Yeah.
Is it truly keeping us connected with people? Or is it allowing us to stay farther apart from them?
But then that brings me to the point which I feel like I made earlier, where it was like to embrace the moment that you're in. Let's say you go out to dinner, you see a bunch of people, everybody on their phones and stuff like that now, and that it's like you're not really in the moment. You worrying about what's going on social media. So it's like we have to really be present to the moment of which we are in, to the people that are around us. Because like you say, it can make you, I don't want to say it's not real, but it's just like, you ever like get on social media first thing in the morning, right? And then you see something that just, I don't know, it makes you think the thoughts you weren't even thinking, or it rushes you in your thoughts, and then your whole day is rushed. It imbalances you as a person. And I think that's one of the things that social media can do for you if you don't realize how to balance yourself. So I know that was kind of like everywhere in my thoughts, but y'all, in my head, I got a lot going on. But basically, just try to like be present first and foremost. Wherever you are, try to be present with the people that are around you, because I do think we can't be disconnected and we feel like we're connected all the time, but you can't be disconnected and somebody could be going through something and you know.
Yo, and that brings up another valid point. I'm glad that we grew up when we did. All right. I'm glad we grew up in the era that we did, because we were able to go to like house parties, or even when I used to go clubbing, I would go clubbing and go like, I don't know, see who's there, guys and girls, you know, see if any of my boys were there who I might know, or see if there were any cute girls there that I could talk to, whatever. Nowadays, you look on people's IG stories. What are they doing?
Man, what? They be in the club. Yo, we in the club. We in the club. Yo.
That's what everybody is doing. Nobody dances in the club anymore.
Bro.
Nobody, like, really, especially with each other. Now, house parties were always different because it was mostly people that you knew there.
Right.
Right? That's why I always preferred house parties over going clubbing. Mm-hmm. But clubbing, like, even back then, even if I didn't dance with anybody, I would always be in the zone by myself. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. But back then, like, when I turned 18, I still had a Nextel. Nobody was up in the club, but they Nextels and razors like this, you know. We outside. Yo, we in the club. Like, nobody was doing all of that.
That's really all you see now today.
Yes.
Seriously.
Every time people go out to dinner, anytime somebody goes out to a lounge, anytime somebody goes out to a club, nobody's dancing, nobody's vibing, nobody's nothing. They smoking hookah and recording it.
That's what's one of the thing about me is like when I go on vacation or anything like that, it's hard for me to like vlog or anything because I'm such a in the moment person. I don't like to. Like, I feel like I'm missing out if I got to put my phone out to record, or I'd be like, freak, I need to record something. Like, I just feel like I'm missing out, and I just want to be such in the moment and see everything and really take it all in. Because these people forget that your memories can be up here. It don't necessarily always have to be on your phone.
Yeah.
Like, your brain is the best tool ever, you know. So that's a hard one, man.
It is a hard one. And when I go on vacation, I try my hardest to do both, right? I try my hardest to enjoy the vacation.
Mm-hmm. And that's so hard, though.
Yeah.
That's tough.
I mean, you just got to prioritize your time.
Yeah.
Like the last time I went somewhere, I went to Miami for Memorial Day weekend. Mm-hmm. And I had a whole vlog that I posted on my YouTube. And it was one of my most watched YouTube videos. Mm-hmm. Currently, it's one of my, I think it's the second most viewed video on my YouTube channel from May. People loved that vlog.
Yeah.
People loved seeing my trip in Miami. But I also knew when to put my phone down and not record so I can enjoy the journey. I can enjoy my travel in Miami. I can enjoy wherever I went in Miami. The people that I met in Miami. The people who I hung out with in Miami. Stuff like that. The fact that I was able to rent a convertible, and that was the first time I ever really drove a convertible. You know what I'm saying? It was fun having the top down.
That is nice.
You know what I'm saying? With my homie, you know, on the side. We was cruising for girls and stuff like that, just for fun. But you know what I'm saying? But it was cool. Like, just, you know, those memories alone, they're still gonna be up here.
Yeah.
You know, I'll never forget being able to ride in a Camaro with the top down. I never did that before.
In Miami.
That's
hard.
Me and my boy Sean, we thought we was doing something with the top down in Miami on the Camaro. And then we see dudes riding in like Lambos.
Not the Lambo or the Ferrari. Did you see a Ferrari?
I don't remember seeing Ferraris. I know we saw a couple different Lambos.
They was rented though. Don't even sweat that, B. They was rented. They definitely rented them out there in Miami.
Those memories in my head.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they're also on camera. We got it on camera.
You said something key though. You said you made sure that you balanced it. So I think if we do decide to do that or use social media to balance everything that we do. Have time where you're on it, you're being constructive with it, even sometimes looking at funny videos. I think, Doug, you can find some of the most funniest, hilarious stuff on social media at times. Like, and there's nothing wrong with laughs. Sometimes you need a good laugh.
You definitely do.
But also putting the phone down and being present in the area and where the environment that you're in, the people that you're around, because at the end of the day, that is what's most important.
Definitely is. So what are you using social media for?
That's the real question.
The definite real question. What is it that you're using social media for?
And remember, too, that depending on the stuff that you post, this stuff stays on the internet. So be mindful of the things that you are posting. Be intentional about it, because if you posting something that 10, 15 years down the line, you ain't going to be proud of, you don't want your kids seeing anymore, then don't post it today. just really think about everything before you click that post button, because you're clicking that button.
Most definitely.
Think about the things that you're saying and the things that you're putting out there, because that is your impact on the world, and it will be left, and they have it.
Yeah. As long as it remains on those company servers, man.
They got it.
They got it.
But yes, man, just wrapping up, social media and the pros and the cons, like I said, has some good stuff, got some bad stuff, but overall, it can be used as a tool, or it can use you as one. So which one would you like?
Speaking of tools, this is going to be the last thing we touch on. And
What's
it
up?
just came to my mind.
What is it?
The iPhone 13 just dropped.
Oh, Lord.
What are your thoughts on that?
I just transferred over to this iPhone game, and I feel like I just bought this iPhone 12 a couple months ago, bro.
Yeah.
And it's already another one.
But the crazy thing about that is there's not even much of a significant upgrade. It's pretty much the same phone that you and I already have. We both have a 12.
First and foremost, I think Apple is geniuses, because they created a product that people are going to go out and buy regardless.
Yeah.
But then I just think it shows how fast we move as a generation. Things are moving too fast. Like, I really feel like the iPhone 12 just came out.
Yeah. I haven't even had mine for a year yet. I bought it last December.
I don't think I had mine for 5 months. That's crazy. So I just think it's really quick. I mean, I would love to know what are the features that people.
Nothing major. Not enough for it to be called a 13. I think it should have been called the 12S. Like it really wasn't enough of an upgrade for me to call it a 13. They give it like a full number up.
You know what they strategically post, like, or
what's up?
They advertise the camera every
time. Yeah.
Just the camera.
Yeah.
Think about that. The heck? Like, why?
Because they know people going to do it.
I respect.
Yeah.
I guess shout out to iPhone.
What you mean you guess?
I guess.
Listen, we filmed the podcast with our iPhones.
Hey, big facts though. That I do agree with you on.
Yeah.
That I'm with.
The
iPhone.
cameras that y'all are watching this on, we filming it on our iPhones.
I'm gonna let that be like the end of that, right? Like, that was the period for all that need to be said. I'm not even gonna say nothing after that.
I feel you.
Except for the question of the week, ladies
Let's
and
go.
gentlemen. So for this week's question of the week, it is: if you could choose any superpower, what would it be and why?
That's a good one.
So y'all, you know the way to reach out to us. Reach out to us from our Instagram at Residual Impact Podcast, or on our Twitter at Residual Impact, and let us know your answers.
Yep. Also follow us on TikTok, because we are going to post a clip on TikTok.
Ooh, TikTok.
Residual Impact. Our following is growing over there, so don't hesitate to click that follow button and share our videos so that more people can get the same value that you get from them.
Yes, sir. And shout out to all our listeners on, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, was it Pocket Cast, and am I missing
Google
one?
Podcasts.
Google Podcasts.
Working on getting us on Amazon Music.
Coming soon.
So that would be great.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I think that's it, B.
Okay. That wraps up episode 6.
Woo. We made it, y'all.
We made it to episode 6. So we're definitely grateful for every single one of y'all who continue to listen to us each week.
Yes.
And we will be back next week for episode 7.
Yo,
we are that much closer to episode 10.
I'm telling you, we're going to have to do something special. Maybe let's have a giveaway or something, episode 10.
A giveaway?
Yeah. Like, it could be something small. It ain't got to be nothing huge.
I mean, you're right. That was just me thinking out loud. I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? But that was just me thinking out lound.
Look, man, we gonna have a giveaway for y'all. It ain't gonna be nothing huge, y'all. Let me not get your hopes up.
So thank you guys so much for tuning in this week.
Thank you.
We'll be back next week for another episode of the Residual Impact Podcast.
Yes, sir.
And we cannot leave without saying,
what did it say, B?
Where you are today is a residual outcome of the thoughts you had in the past. We love y'all. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
Peace.